Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with Willie Comic Book Up. As I said previously, we've got a pretty decently sized haul, so we're something of an early start and reasons. Anyways, as we have a decently sized haul, well, there's more Fall of X books than can fit in a single video. So we'll continue with the Fall of X, kicking things off with Realm of X number 3. Where we left off, Saturnine was preparing to bracket. Saturnine had found Curse and had isolated her, endearing herself to her, all with the goal of getting Curse to use her powers to unlock a well of ancient Veneer power on Vanaheim, and its worth to use for her own goals of conquest. Mirage, Dust, Marrow, and Typhoid Mary, as well as the warriors of House Malt, have been clashing ever closer with Saturnine's forces, while Magic who's currently powerless, has opted to look for Curse in the one place they haven't looked yet, the Emberstone Citadel. So, with intruder alarms going off, Saturnine summons forth her army, tearing open a hole in space, but yeah, she can't hold it open too long, and only some of her forces make it through. Sends them to attack. Mary is the first to truly go on the defense, though Mirage, Dust, and Marrow quickly join in. However, Saturnine ends up taking a piece of Dust, and Trebit of House Malt dies in combat shortly before Mary makes one of Saturnine's automatons shoot itself in the head with a crossbow. After the loss, Mirage is trying to get Sif's attention, hoping that maybe the Asgardians can help. Dust is saying her prayers, and everyone's trying to deal with the loss and figure out what to do moving forward. At the Emberstone Citadel, Magic has arrived. The headsman is basically saying, "Hey, don't enter the castle armed." The wards detect weapons, spells, wands, enchantments, and magical artifacts. As Magic enters, she hopes to detect something, but she makes it through just fine. She manages to find Curse, who has, of course, been told that they're not, they haven't been looking for her. They just abandoned her. She explains they've been looking for her every day. Tries to get Curse to come back with her, but Curse runs off to Saturnine, who tosses Magic off the tower. Curse, however, kind of, is at least believes Magic at least somewhat, and asks Saturnine if Saturn's been lying to her, and then uses her powers to basically tell Curse to show the world who she truly is. As Ileana falls, she's reminded of a moment in her magical training under Belasco and Limbo, and remembers that there's a power in the misery of the world and how to use it. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. And yet with Vanaheim being currently cut off from the Ten Realms. Sadly, Sif can't hear or see what's happening with uh, with Mirage and well, on Vanaheim in general. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Uncanny Avengers number 3. Where we left off, some of the mutant members of the Unity Squad decided it was a good idea to that perhaps it shouldn't be Cap leading the charge, but rather Rogue. The Mutant Liberation Front is continuing to is just kind of doing their own thing, having stolen a nuke, which is being hidden at Empire State University, which, as I stated last month, nothing bad with radiation ever happened at Empire State University, especially not involving, say, a spider being bathed in radiation and biting some, well, technically, actually a couple people. And it turns out that whoever Captain Krakoa is Andrea von Strucker knows him. So, the members of the Unity Squad are training, and, but Cap sets off a distress code. The members of the Unity Squad show up at the treehouse, no, the remains of the treehouse. Cap's giving a speech, basically saying, hey, this is, what's going on with, what we're being told happened at the gala. Is it really what happened? And, saying that the members of the Unity Squad are his teammates and his friends, and he believes them when they say that the official story is not the truth. Also adding that his America celebrated its independence, not just as a country but as individuals as well. Saying we're all promised life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, the chance to be the person we were born to be. He didn't grow up afraid of our differences. And Cap even states that he was he felt saddened that some of his mutant friends said, I'm going to Krakoa, because they didn't feel safe in America, or pretty much anywhere else. But it's very much a, don't let our differences divide us type of speech. And when someone, and you should definitely be skeptical of people who ask you to be afraid of the person standing next to you. But Cap talks to Ben Urich later, saying he he knows that there was a human that survived the Hellfire Gala, and he did try and get him to talk to Ben. Meanwhile, Monet states that her and Pietro have a lead, the perfume shop. They whip up the disguises, head inside, and it's while Pietro states, makes the claim that Monet simply got grabbed to go shopping. It's the fact that the last time they fought Fenris, there was Monet got a whiff of Andrea's perfume and recognized it. The Fenris friends are aware that maybe this perfume is a little decadent. Monet and Pietro deal with with the twins, and but the momentary repairs fail, allowing Paris to escape. However, that was part of the plan, as Pietro has slipped his and Monet's Avengers ID cards onto Fenris for tracking purposes. The two of them kiss as the building continues to fall apart. At the office of the Daily Bugle, Steve Rogers shows up to talk with Ben Urich. He doesn't yet know who the human survivor is, but the survivor shows up, explaining that the X-Men are not protecting him, but rather Wilson Fisk is protecting the X-Men. And that is where the issue ends. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting chat. Fisk and Urich do not exactly have the best history with one another. There's a reason why the teaser for the next issue is the worst person you know just made a really great point. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Uncanny Spider-Man #2. Where we left off, Nightcrawler had taken on the mantle of Spider-Man, being the third, making for 3 active Spider-Mans in the New York area. And Orchis was somewhat onto him. Somehow, though, he was able to keep off of their scanners. Though the Vulture, now a director in Orchis, is doing various experiments, largely trying to beat death for humanity rather than just for mutants. And Orchis has hired Silver Sable, who thinks Kurt's cute. Also, there's Mystique is not all there, but has taken the appearance of a bum in Central Park. The issue begins with Mystique and Nightcrawler talking. She seems to be reliving the Nightcrawler's birth. Dagger shows up. Apparently, her and Cloak had a fight, and he teleported away to sulk. The Sentinels have gotten false positives from both of them, but then kind of done a resale. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you're not them. Dagger suggests that Kurt come by Jarvis's some night. No one there's gonna rat him out to Orchis, and Dagger wants to see what happens when Kurt tries flirting with Jessica, presumably Drew. But then the Rhino attacks, all Orchis up. He's got a harness put into his armor that seems to be allowing for Orchis to control him. Though Silver Sable notes that the part of that's on his forehead looks sort of similar to something that she saw in pictures of when Nightcrawler was being used as a murder weapon. There's a write-up on Orchis Project, like Korgos. That's what led to Nightcrawler's brief homicidal rage. Yes, he was being controlled, but Sable insists on using her team's usual plans of take things slowly. However, Well, Orcus has muted her mic to her field team, and her field team are more than happy to take down a potential mutant threat. Putting him in a field where he can't teleport out of, and then hitting him with trank darts, and hitting him also with a snare, which Nightcrawler gets loose from, makes his magic sword, fights Sable a bit, but is once again brought down. Rhino once again charges, and Kurt teleports him and Sable out by teleporting down into a subway tunnel. And yeah, Silver Sable is rather smitten with Nightcrawler. But Nightcrawler, as Rhino makes his way in, Nightcrawler teleports about above the city and drops him basically right on top of the surveillance van that was watching him. And Sable says as the issue ends that this may prove more challenging than she thought. Solid issue. I like the idea that Sable's kind of smitten with Kurt. Kurt's not exactly unreceptive either, but he is, at least being smart enough to say, yeah, we're not letting a woman, when met at gunpoint, basically, I'm not let myself get too close. But moving on to our last book for the moment, we've got Something Is Killing the Children, number 34. Where we left off, Erica was preparing for the duplicate type's appearance. Though Cutter had already arrived at where her, Ricky, and Gabby are hiding. But Erica's getting everything in place, including arranging for additional plans with Ricky for defense, while Gabby is sleeping. But Gabby wakes up and runs in the Cutter, screaming, getting the attention of both Ricky and Gabby at the same time as the duplicate type shows up. Ricky goes to save Gabby, and while she's having to deal with Cutter, Erica tries to take down the duplicate type, but misses with the arrows. But she heads back towards the house, where Cutter has come out, fires an arrow at Cutter, which Cutter catches in midair and then stabs Gabby with. And that is where the issue ends. Oh, things are getting interesting. I do have to wonder if this is the final arc of the book or not. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.